what do I do about tips? So when you receive tips, oh, thanks, David. That's great. I love it. Yep, we're professional cousins. Wonderful. Thanks, David. I appreciate it. What do I do about tips? So tips in your company, and we're not talking about waitress tips. That's not really a topic for receiving tips. Isn't a top. Receiving waitress or server tips is outside of this nature. So I'm going to assume that it's a tip from a customer that's outside of being an employee in a restaurant. So you have to report that as gross income. So you would enter that, you would create an account. If I were you, I would create a separate account in your accounting software for tips, because don't you want to know what % of your income comes from tips versus the base fees that you're charging for your products and services? So that's what I would do. You know, the other, gosh, I'm quoting two parts of the income tax and the Internal Revenue Code here in Ask Your CFO session. I haven't done taxes in years. But Section 61, gross income defined. This is the way I define the whole tax code. Section 61 says income is taxable, and the rest of the tax code says where it is and when it's not, and all the exceptions to that rule. So that's a tip that you earned, so you need to report it as income and definitely have it in your financial reports as income. And that's what I'd want to know. I'd want to know how much, if I'm doing financial planning for the coming year, I'd want to know what are my personal income targets and what does the business need to generate in order for me to reach that personal income target? On average, how many clients or customers am I going to need on an average of what rate in order to meet that? If you know that there's a kind of predictability with tips, then you don't have to hustle so much, right? Because if you determine that you have to have 10 customers at an average of X, well, maybe you actually only need 9 because tips are so predictable, because you're that good at what you do. So that's my answer, is yes, declare them as income and put them in a separate line item in your financial statements, and keep tabs on if there's a pattern, because that can help you in your business development, your sales planning, your financial planning for the coming quarter or the coming year.